a man walked into the consultant's office. It was a different consultant than he normally saw. And the consultant looked at him, looked at his records and looked at him again and called out to the receptionist, "You've given me the wrong medical records." And she checked it up and she said, "No, these are the right ones." And he looked at the records and he looked at the man again and he said, "How can that be? The records say that you shouldn't be walking, you shouldn't be talking, you shouldn't be functioning. How are you standing here in front of me after everything you've been through?" And the man said, "You're right. I had a major car crash. Most of my bones were broken and I was in a coma." As I was lying in the hospital bed, a few weeks after the car crash, I remember waking up in excruciating pain and trying to communicate with the outside world, but realizing that I couldn't move a single muscle in my body, a single bone in my body, and I couldn't talk, couldn't communicate. I was trapped. That panic, that fear took me over. I was so scared. I was so depressed. I can't function. I can't move. I can't communicate. After a few days of being in this state of absolute panic, I remember just scanning my body and seeing, is there anything I can move? And as I was doing that, I found a muscle in my shoulder. And as I focused on this muscle, I felt it twitch. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's twitching. And I focused on it again and it twitched. And then I said, thank you. I said, I am going to be grateful for this one thing I can do. And I said, thank you again and again. Thank you, Hashem, for making this muscle move. And a few days later, as I was scanning my body again, I felt another muscle move. And I said, I'm going to focus on that because that's the only thing that's keeping me out of the panic. And I said, thank you again. I just kept focusing on that gratitude of that I can move this muscle. And every few days as I was doing this, I found another muscle that I could move and another muscle. And slowly but surely, muscle by muscle, I moved until I could move a finger. And once I could move that finger, the outside world, the doctors, the nurses recognized that I was awake. And from there, it was up. It was a long time. It was a long process. But I'm here and I'm standing because of me focusing on that. That's what got me through. And what I really think is that's what made my body heal. Today's challenge is thanking someone, having gratitude, and then seeing how does that feel for me? How does that feel inside my body? Because what we know is gratitude impacts us the most.